Hello everybody and welcome back to another Psy commentary. It's been a long time since my last cast. I've been out of town for about a week and a half, you know, busy with Christmas, busy with New Year's, all kinds of stuff like that. I was actually in Eugene, so the pot capital of the world. I did not smoke any of it, however, I am more of a meth guy. But I hope you guys enjoyed whatever holidays you celebrate. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever. I know I had a pretty good time, and now I am back to casting. In the top right is the red Zerg vilePsY, in the top left is the blue Terran Seither. And you know, when I was out of town, I was trying to get some games done, but I don't like have a laptop or something to cast with, so it wasn't really happening. But I do have some good news. I have drawn up the map and the map for the new tips and tricks videos. All I have to do is commentate on it. I've got everything set up, you know, like the different scenarios and junk like that. So that's going to be really cool. You should see that new tips and tricks video before the end of the week. And also, a long time ago when I was a little girl and I had 100,000 subscribers, I hit 100,000 subscribers, I promised you guys that I had an idea for my 100,000 subscriber video. But I never really delivered on that, and I'm actually, you know, over the past week or so, because I didn't have much to do, I was able to kind of draw out a brief outline of what I want to do for that. So I don't want to give anything away right now, but it's going to be really neat, and hopefully I can get it to you before the end of the month. It's something that hasn't really been done in the StarCraft community, and I think it'll be a lot of fun for everyone. It's just another map that I'm going to make, but hope you guys can look forward to that. And I have an erection right now. That's not true at all, although I wish it was true because I want to touch myself. But anyway, we have a Zerg versus Terran. The map is Shakuras Plateau. Looks like the Terran is going pretty standard barracks, then racks. Those are the same buildings. A barracks, then gas, rather. I am going to spot the Terran player, and I'm like, whoa, gotta get the hell out of there because these Marines can shoot out an Overlord in just 34 shots. Probably more than that if you include the regeneration. So that Overlord's going to get the heck out of this. Overlord, on Shakuras Plateau, you have to be really careful against a Terran player because although the map is like deceptively big and unbunkerable, because there's like this nice little ramp down from your natural, you can actually get bunkered. 1, 2, 3 bunkers. Oh, almost killed my drone. 3 bunkers can wall off completely. So if you have your Overlord up here, they're going to get all their units up here in time and bunker it off before you can see it. But if you have your Overlord out here, you can see right around right here when they're going to send out, you know, tons of SCVs or tons of Marines to try to do that bunker play. So that's why I like to have my Overlord out a little bit further. I'm not really worried about one Marine trying to pick off the Overlord. If that happens, I'll just send out like 3 drones to chase it off, and it's not really something that happens that often. But as you can see in this game, Seither chose not to do that cheesy route. A standard Terran player going for a command center, actually not getting Hellion, so not that standard. This Reaper was somewhere around here. I don't know where he went. There he is. No kills on that Reaper, but it's just going to be for scouting. You can see he's not producing any more Reapers. And here it comes, Spine going up. You might be able to cancel the Spine. 30 damage a shot on the Spine, so they can keep up with the Spine production. Need to inject and then get that Queen out there to prevent that destruction of the Spine. No, poor Zerglings. 2 Zerglings going back. And at this point in the game, you don't want to engage these Reapers with those Zerglings. You want to save them. They're really good for map control. And it looks like he wants to get some scouting info, maybe see Banelings or Roaches, but it's not going to happen. And once I saw that Reaper, once I saw the tech lab on this barracks right here, I floated this Overlord right around here where he could jump up. And I floated this Overlord right around here because I kind of forgot that you can't jump up on this high ground. That you have to actually jump up here and then up here. So get the Overlord positioning just in case that Reaper, you know, might try to get some drone kills. And you never know, maybe he'll go like 3 or 4 Reapers or something crazy like that. Oh, I like this. Either now going for another command center. So already a 3rd command center on the way. I'm just now starting to drone up at my naturals. 29 to 24. 3 more drones on the way, a couple Lings, and this Reaper's just kind of chilling. He has those 2 Ling kills. Man, that guy is such a baller. You guys see that Reaper costume that guy posted on Reddit? That was pretty sweet. But he's just kind of floating, and it seems like it's kind of a waste of gas to just be floating when you're standing. So look at that. He's floating and he's not even moving. Why not turn those things off and conserve some energy, dude? What are you thinking? Silly, silly Reaper. Might be great with the jetpack, but not the most educated individual in the world. 2nd, 3rd command center is halfway done. Layer on the way. Still not a lot of units continuing to drone up, 33 to 26. Here come the Lings for some map control. They're going to be able to spot those Hellions. Hopefully they can get back in time because they do have that speed upgrade. Is it going to happen? Running past those Hellions, and now they're being attacked. And yes, I will be able to back off. 2 shots on that Ling, but he will survive. He is in the red, but he is still a happy trooper. Happy trooper camp or something like that. I don't know. Third queen is out, about to spread some creep, and a third base is it's a little bit overdue. If you're going to go for some crazy tech, I can see why you might delay a third base because you don't have a lot of units to defend it. But right now I'm playing very standard, so I've got to really think about that third base. I mean, a lot of times you're like, well, I've got tons of larvae, I just spend the money on drones, but sometimes it's good to keep your larva throttled just so you can get down that hatchery and have it ready a lot sooner than normal. Canceling that creep. Remember, these Hellions aren't going to be able to get up here. I've got 2 queens and 2 Hellions. This Reaper's coming in. Is he going to get a drone kill? Yes, he does. So nice management from this Reaper. Oh, almost gets the 4th kill. Killing 1 drone and 2 Lings. And here comes the Spire. A little scan going up. Wants to wreck down this creep tumor. Unfortunately, you cannot transfuse creep tumors. I've tried it. It doesn't work. So Seither with some nice containing, some nice pressure. And this is kind of one situation where he's playing really risky. A lot of people think Cheese is just, you know, attacking with tons of tier 1 units or proxying or stuff like that. But there is macro Cheese too, and that's kind of what Seither's doing now. He got that quick 3rd command center, but none of his units counter roaches. Imagine if I had like 6 roaches attacking, you know, like 4 minutes ago. He would have been completely out of the water. And he would have just basically died. This queen is, speaking of out of the water, what are you doing, you fat bitch? You are so stupid. You are... Oh, sorry, no, queen. Sorry, but anyway, he kind of macro cheesed. Any number of roaches early on in the game would have just completely destroyed him. That's what happens when you go Reaper into Hellion into expansion. It's just not going to do anything against roaches. But it worked out, and so now he actually has a slight lead here. I mean, he's got 18 less harvesters, but he's got mules and he's got a 3rd command center. And if he's able to secure this position on Shakuras, it's really difficult to take that. And he's going to be looking good. 10 mutas are on the way, as well as +1 armor for ground units. A couple queens as well. 1 for my macro hatch here, as you can see, and another to spread some creep. And Muta's now grouping up, going to be trying some harassment. And look at this, still only 2 bases 10 minutes into the game. This is an absolute no-no. You need to get a 3rd base as Zerg. I don't care if you're being pressured by Hellions or Reapers. Just get a couple roaches, if nothing else, and protect that 3rd base, because that's going to, I mean, just imagine, remember how fast he got this command center? He's building SCVs out of it. I really needed that 3rd base, but I might be able to even the score economy-wise by taking down some SCVs, a couple of them going down, destroying that turret that was in progress, and now the Marines are going to shoot these mutalisks away. But if we check out the workers killed, I was able to kill 5 workers. These mutas just barely getting away. Not a lot of workers killed, considering, you know, how off guard I caught him. I should be flying back for some more harassment, but instead these mutas are just kind of doing who knows what. That's one thing I need to really manage, is my multitasking with my mutas. I'll kind of just like go in for an attack and then just run back to my base for a little bit, and then go in for another attack and then run back to my base. I need to always be putting on pressure. I mean, look at this. He's only got 1 turret. He's just now building that replacement turret as his main, and it's just something I can work on. Oh, that bunker is just going to do so much damage to my mutas. Finally, the 3rd base is going up 66 to 49 harvesters. Seither doesn't feel comfortable landing that command center, but it's still good to have this additional command center because he can produce so many SCVs out of it. He's got 2 engineering bays, which is so scary to see as a Zerg player. If I'm a Zerg player, I hate more than anything seeing upgraded Marines, and that's exactly what Seither's going to be going for. He's got +1 and +1 on the way. These drones are being routed to my 3rd base. 74 drones on 2 bases. That's why you really need that 3rd. I cannot emphasize enough how important that 3rd base is. Looks like this medevac wants to do some drops, or maybe just protect from mutas. And, you know, at this point, there's no reason not to have overlords spread all over the map. What are my overlords doing? Absolutely nothing. Get a line of overlords down here, as you can see on the minimap. Get a line of overlords right here. Get some overlord speed. It's just the cost of 1 muta, and it's definitely worth it. Am I going to see this drop? Oh, it's going to be close. No, I am going to go north, and I'm not going to see the Hellion drop. He's probably going to go for my 3rd. At this point, he has to assume I have a 3rd, although he doesn't see it on the minimap. In go the mutas for some more harassment. But just keep an eye on like how slow my harassment is. Yes, once I do harass, it's doing pretty good damage. This turret's not going to be able to be mass repaired by those SCVs. There's just too many mutas. But I need to be harassing more often. But it's just not happening. Now 80 to 49 harvesters, so looking pretty good. No hive on the way. Is there an infestation pit coming? No, it doesn't look like it. And this is kind of the point where you want to think about your hive tech. You've got your 3rd base. You've done some harassment. Your opponent's got your third base up, which I have spotted with the Ling on the watchtower. And there's that infestation pit. And the fourth base coming. So the fourth base was well timed after the third base, but the third was so darn late that I'm actually only barely ahead of the Terran player as far as number of bases. And although I am ahead in economy, or in harvesters, it's really deceptive because he's got mules, and mules are really, really good. Not only do mules give you so much money so fast, but they free up SCV supply, so your army will always be bigger than your Protoss or Zerg opponents. That's something people don't really think about. Less harvesters doesn't just mean, or less harvesters having mules doesn't just mean tons of money. It also means a larger, offensive army. So in 200 battles, it's really difficult to deal with. Another macro hatch going. Oh, the Hellions have been dropped, killing so many drones. Check out the workers kill tab. I was at around what, 10 or so, and now or 1 or so, and now I'm at 10 workers killed, or 11 workers lost. So he killed 10 workers right there with that nice little Hellion drop. And that's kind of cool. I like seeing tiny little drops this late in the game are really fun. I mean, you don't think they would do a whole lot because 4 Hellions could have come 10 minutes earlier in the game, but they do, and it has more effect than you would think. Now down to 74 harvesters. The lair is on the way, or the hive is on the way. It's about to be 4 base to 3 base. I've got a couple macro hatches. But Terran, once they hit that 200 mark with a nice combination of Marine, Mech, and Ghost, so hard to kill. Nice Overlord spread up at the top now, but still no Overlord spread at the bottom. If I had more Overlords down there, I would have been able to see that drop and prevent it. Looks like I am mining pretty steadily. 91 to 67, +2 going for my melee units. But this Terran player, man, he is doing great on his upgrades too. +2 attack, +2 armor on the way. Creep spread could be better, but it's not too bad considering he did kill that queen earlier on. But there they go. There's some more tumors pooping out. A lot of Zerglings here. And another mistake I'm making this game is I'm not putting on a lot of pressure with my ground units either, with my Zerglings. I could be trying to do some run-bys back here. That might work, although the tanks will probably reach. Do I have Baneling speed yet? I don't know. Maybe it's going in for some more harassment against these turrets. Lots of SCVs dying, and this is kind of an awareness thing. I should have been aware that this is not very many Marines. They don't have a lot of stim timing left, and they're only 1-1. My mutas are 1-0. 24 mutas against just 13 Marines. I could just turn around and kill these Marines, and it doesn't look like I'm going to do that. And that's just kind of an awareness thing. I mean, it's worth it because not only would that free me up to kill all these SCVs, but it would lower his army count, and I can retrain my mutas a lot faster than he can retrain his Marines. Look at my supply count. Plus, it frees up my mutas, or it frees up supply. Ooh, this armory might go down. Yes, the armory does go down. If my mutas die, it frees up supply for my T3 units, which is going to be a lot more important than just having a couple extra mutas. So you've got to really manage your supply as Zerg more so than any other race. That's hands down one of the most important things to do in the late game as Zerg, because a lot of times you'll be supply capping yourself at 200 and you want to build T3 units, but if you sacrifice units, then your opponent's going to send all of his units at you and kill you before you can get your T3 units off. So you want to eventually reach that point where you just mass T3. And as you can see here, I am 166 out of 200, but he's choosing to move out. Great timing. 5 Ultras on the way, but no Infestors, no Banelings to be seen, I don't think. No, not yet. And you really need Infestors or Banelings against Marines, especially to complement Ultras. And he's just coming out with a massive tank Marine force. These mutas are going to try to pick off some tanks. Is it going to happen? Medevac's a bit behind. Yes, I'm going to get 1, 2 Medevacs, 3 Medevacs. These Zerglings going crazy. Is there adrenal glands up? I don't know. Do I even have adrenal glands yet? It's on the way, but it's not complete. And where are those Banelings at? Banelings are running into my natural. And I'm just trying to pick off tanks, stall as long as I can for these 8 Ultras to complete. Cactus Lady. Oh no! Big muta miss micro. And I wouldn't have minded losing all those mutas if I wasn't being pressured so heavily. Looks like he was able to run down here, kill an Ultra, and snipe this hatchery. He's now 2-2 upgrades. That's so good. In come the Banelings and the Ultras. Nice Marine spread. Tanks need to be focus firing those Banelings. I am able to kill a big clump of Marines down there, and Ultras tanking these tanks like crazy. Tank those tanks. More Zerglings being rallied. 14 Lings. 4 Ultras on the way. More Zerglings being rallied. And you really want to get inside of those Marines and kill them with the splash of the tanks, and I will finally clean this up. But there's another group of Marines down here, and they were able to snipe my command center, or my hatchery. So the harvester count is now 65 to 72. And another mistake a lot of Zerg players make is when they do lose a hatchery like this, they neglect, you know, like burrowing or hiding their drones or something like that, and they just kind of lose all their drones. But luckily I was able to fend off that attack at 61 to 62. If we check out units lost, I've lost 6,000 more resources. Oh my goodness. Another drop hitting the bottom right. I had nice Overlord spread, but I just wasn't map aware. Gotta keep an eye on that mini-map, especially late in the game. It's one of the most important things to do. I know I've been saying like every single thing in the game is the most important thing to do, but that one is, because I lost a hatchery because of it. That's not usually a good thing. So we're now seeing 3 base Terran with an extra command center. He might even make that a planetary now. Looks like he's gonna lift off down here probably. And almost a 4 base Terran, waiting for that creep to subside, and then gonna be landing there. And I like this play a lot too from Seither. He's got the 7 Marines just kind of chilling, and these Lings are going to be going for his 4th base. I mean, I don't know what's there, but I'm assuming it is, and that's why the Lings are coming. Going to pick off a lot of SCVs. A couple of Marines going to be shooing away these Overlords, which are pooping creep, and then he's going to come in and clean up these Lings almost assuredly. Assuredly, is that a word? I don't know. And this is scary, man. This is a scary number of Marines. He's almost 3-3, or he's not. He's only 3-2. He hasn't started his 3rd upgrade yet. But he's got his ghosts on the way. He's preparing for the end game. He's even building extra command centers just because he can. And like I said before, mules equals less SCVs, which means larger army. So what do I even have against this? I've got a lot of ultras. Looks like he has done this drop again. I was able to see it a little bit faster this time. But unfortunately, I don't have any more mutas. I don't have the map control that I did have earlier, and so he's going to be able to run this medevac away, and this is going to be a pain in the ass. At this point, drop play would be so strong against me just because I don't have the mutas, I don't have infestors, I don't have a lot of map control, and I want to think about getting spines and spores at each base because of the reality of the situation. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Now I could use some spines and spores here, spines and spores here as well, but it looks like I'm just choosing to place them at my 3rd base. Huge Ultra Ling Force, or I should say Ultra Force, and I wonder if I'm just going to barrel on into me. He's got some ghosts for some nice sniping action, and I don't have any infestors. Infestation glands, or pathogen glands, just now coming up with that dropship go there. It's still just chilling here. And you really need those fungal growths if you're going to have this many Marines and this many ghosts. Fungal growths actually pretty good against ghosts if they're not able to snipe your infestors or EMP or infestors, and running blindly into this Terran forest. So many snipes going off, but there's no banelings and there's no infestors. EMP is going down on something. I'm not sure what exactly that was. Maybe he meant to snipe instead of do that. Yeah, he's saying whoops. And these ultras just barreling through. 9 infestors being reinforced, but 3 ultras still remaining, and these SCVs or Marines were able to clean up all of those units there. There's 3 ultras remain. Maybe am I going to be able to take out this planetary fortress? I'm trying to move inside. These ultras have 6 armor against just 9 marine attacks, so they only take 3 damage a hit. Looks like this planetary fortress, oh, it will go down. That's a nice pickup right there. Terran player is still running on 4 bases, however, now going for a drop, and this is what I mean. This is why you need the spines when you don't have map control. It's really difficult as a Terran player to like drop 8 Marines and just focus down the drones. You have to click them individually, and you really want to kill the spine and then free yourself up to kill the drones. But usually that gives the Zerg player time to react with you know, Lings and stuff. So nice choice there of building those spines, I have to say. So now we're seeing 3 mining base Zerg against about 2.5 mining base Terran, but still you want to be a lot further ahead than the Terran at this point in the game. 2 more Marines being dropped, and looks like he's going to be aggressive with another clump of Marines to take out some creep tumors. 3 ultras on the way as well. 81 harvesters, but only 3 mining bases. And where are all those harvesters? Oh, they're transferring. There we go. Harvesters now being transferred. Another drop coming down. Are these Marines still alive? No, that we're able to be taken down. Another drop coming here. 2 Marauders and 4 Marines. And I love this. He realizes this drop is not for the purpose of killing drones. And so he brought some Marauders, which are so good at killing buildings. And he just wants to kill a couple buildings. He's going to snipe the gas, might snipe the Ultra Cavern, stuff like that. And if there's a unit that's good at killing buildings, it is definitely the Marauders. And now sending in another group of Marines to take down my 5th base. So many drones going down here. Looks like he is going to run back. I'm not sure what that was all about. But sniping a lot of drones. And it's lowering my harvester count. Here comes the infestors to try to take down these forces. I need more Lings, actually. Where are all my Zerglings? No Zerglings on the field. That is unheard of, especially as a Zerg in the late game when you have so many minerals. Misrallied Marine. That poor guy did not deserve to die there. The Terran player now running on 3 bases, and supply count's not looking good, man. I'm quite a ways behind in supply. 8 Ultras on the way. I don't know if they're going to get done in time. I do have a lot of Infestor support this time, but you need more Lings. They soak up so much damage, Zerglings do, and they're just so good. Like, they're just such a good unit. Oh no! Huge fungal going down. The Marines need to get another fungal in. No, but those Marines are able to run back. 4 Ultras need to spearhead this movement, and I need to control my Infestors to fungal that clump. Another great fungal. Every single infantry unit going down, except for this little Marauder. He is not the black guy in a horror movie. He is going to survive for the time being. But another drop from Seither. Again, I don't have the map control. 2 drops from Seither, killing my 4th base and killing my 5th base. So although I cleaned up all of his forces here, he's just going to walk right in with 2 medevacs, completely uncontested, and wipe out almost all of my economy here. 63 harvesters still, but the hatchery no longer exists here to mine from. The hatchery here is just being pressured by all these Marines. Oh my goodness, I gotta back up. I just noticed I was going for a desperate counterattack. How many Ultras is this? Just 6 Ultras. Nice positioning of this tank on the high ground. These Ultras just being blown to pieces. And there's still no Zerglings. I need so many Zerglings. And I curse Terran players and then run in with some late Infestors to try to do something. Nothing really going to happen there. This is just kind of desperation at this point. He's still got the Marines in my base. Yeah, this hatchery is still down. I haven't replaced it yet. I'm just rallying in Ultras like an idiot. So not a very well played game at all. My 3rd base was so darn slow. I really lost the map control towards the end. I wasn't keeping an eye on these Overlords. And my Ling production. Lings, so important. So important to run in behind the Ultras and do a ton of damage. But they just weren't there, and his drops just wore down on me, and you know, I didn't have the best compositions. I didn't have Banelings or Infestors when I really needed them against Marines, and just not the best play there this game. But I wanted to show you guys a longer Zerg versus Terran game. Broodlords might have been a good idea. Let me know what you think, and look forward to my tips and tricks video and the mystery video in the future. As always, thanks for watching, and chicken tenders are delicious. Hey everyone, and welcome back. It has been a long time since my last cast. I hope all of you had a good New Year's, New Chris, Happy Christmas,